night. Would I ever consider filming or streaming from an actual restaurant? Well, here's the thing. I am not an on-the-fly filmmaker. I don't have equipment to do that because you need some kind of lighting or maybe like a selfie stick so you can look at yourself eating and then you put it back down, you film the food, you use selfie again. I my phone, I don't mess with that at all. Like I know my phone has probably a pretty good camera and features. I don't mess with it. So you're talking about, I'd have to essentially do something completely out of the ordinary from me. I'd have to prepare it and figure it out. In addition, here's the problem. Right now, DSP Trys It is a show based on hitting goals. And then when we hit the goals, we do the show, right? I can't do that if we're doing one from a restaurant because I only go out, I'm working 6 days a week, usually. If I'm going to go out to eat, it's got to be scheduled on one of my days off. So now you'd have to wait. Like, for example, let's say that's what we were doing this week. Let's actually saying that this week I was going to go to an Asian restaurant where I was going to try this century egg and congee soup, right? Well, let's say that we hit the goal yesterday. Well, my day off is Saturday. So you guys have to wait all the way till Saturday for me to go to the restaurant and film. By the way, now I have to edit it because it's not a stream anymore. So now I have to actually put that video into a video editor. I probably have to tweak different things, edit around, skip scenes, maybe adjust the volume because when you're at a restaurant, they're playing copyrighted music usually in the restaurant. And obviously you can't have that because YouTube will just block the whole video. So there's so much you have to understand that will go into work to make that happen. And now here's the rub of all of it, right? The people who do that stuff, because I'm well aware there's an entire genre of content on YouTube that's people who go to restaurants and review food. And it could be a fast food restaurant and they eat it in their car, or it could be an actual high-end restaurant and they film it from inside the restaurant and all of that, right? It is all possible. I know. I've seen the videos, okay? But those people actually put high-end production value, editing and everything into it, all that time and effort, because it actually makes them money. Do you get it? Like, they're doing that video as in the hopes that they're going to get 20, 40, 50, 100,000 views, and they're going to make like a couple $100 on that video. I'm not doing these videos for that. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is just supposed to be a silly reward, a quick one-off thing that we do because you guys supported my streams. I have no hopes or aspirations to make money off of DSP Trys It. If that were the case, I want you to think how crazy this is. The typical episode gets between 1,000 and 2,000 views. You know how much money that makes me? Probably like $4. So you're basically changing the idea. The idea of doing DSP Trys It as, hey, we hit the goal. We order the food right away. We do the episode live. It's exciting. It's interactive because you're here for it. And we're all excited because it's something we're all experiencing together. Like, get hyped for it. We're doing it today. Versus, hey, let's hit the goal. And I'll record on Saturday and I'll have to edit it and put it out later within like a week. You won't be here for it. It's just going to be like a video that just goes live randomly. Oh, by the way, I'll put all that, time and effort and money into it. And it makes me like $4. That's the difference. You see the difference? I think that's what it is people love to compare me to other people who do things like high-end professionally for a living and shit. You have to understand that I am completely different. I am. I'm doing this as a reward for something we've already done. I'm not looking to have aspirations for this to become, hey, this is my side gig now where I can go to restaurants and I can review the food as a YouTube foodie and stuff like that. No one's ever going to do that with me. Why? Because I'm one of the most harassed people on the internet. No one would ever take me seriously. No matter what, everyone would just deride what I do and say, his opinion doesn't matter. This isn't serious. This is just fucking bullshit. What makes him think he can make a professional video? Blah, blah, blah. Right? So I understand what you're saying, but sadly, the stuff that you're hoping for, gee, I hope that Phil maybe would do some different videos with high-end production value, go to a real restaurant and review the good stuff, right? That would do really well. It wouldn't. It would be the same as everything else. So I know what I'm good at. I know what's my bread and butter. I know what to stick to. And I know that every once in a while, veering away from that, doing silly stuff can be cool. But in the case of like going to an actual restaurant, doing professional level video with lighting and a selfie stick and editing and everything, I just don't see it panning out to be anything that people care about, to be quite frank with you. I don't think people would care. It would probably get the same 1,000 to 2,000 views that we always get on a video. No one would give a crap. Okay. I'll say this. Never say never, but at the same time, unless people show tons of interest in it, it's probably not going to happen, right? If there was a rallying and people were like, yes, we absolutely want it. Look, we're willing to support it. We want to see you do it. Then I would do it. But, you know, I don't really get that. I don't get that vibe. I get that, you know, there's first of all, there's a bunch of vocal people who are just shitbags who say, oh, Dsp Trys It fast food in your office. You're paying $1,500 for you to eat Taco Bell, which is asinine and stupid. No one's paying $1,500 to see me eat Taco Bell, and we all know that. That's their insane spin and justification on something in a toxic way that's not actually happening, okay? But I really feel that for the most part, people are happy with Dsp Trys It as is. They are, because we're hitting goals, we're doing the episodes, and they're getting views. So what's the problem? The problem is there's people who are just never satisfied and they complain at everything I do and say it sucks. So to them, even though Dsp Trys It's doing well ever since I brought it back a year ago and we're hitting goals and we're getting milestones and we're having fun, that's not good enough. That's terrible. We got to have him change it up completely. Why isn't he doing alcohol? Why isn't he doing a stunt? Why isn't he doing this? Why isn't he filming from a restaurant? Why does he do that? Because no one cares. No one fucking cares. It really is just a ridiculous thing where people want to say that it's not working. It's working. It's been a year. It's working. And then when we don't do it, like the past 2 weeks we didn't do it, it wasn't working. It wasn't until I brought it back. Now it's working again. Okay.